what he did before. He conducted the contest Premier League. I'm sure that will ring a bell in everyone's list. So this is an icebreaker. We don't introduce them. He'll come and introduce himself. So let us all invite the innovative, the energetic, and who was previously the VP PR and the secretary onto the stage. Lalith, Dhanush.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening.
Good evening.
I would like you to meet two of my very close friends. My friend number one, Mr. Cat. My friend number two, Mr.
Onion.
Onion. Of course. Now, I have two friends. You know, I can sum up their entire life story and probably you'll understand what my life story began from. Mr. Carrot, why aren't you leafy like the onion? Mr. Onion, why aren't you tall and orange in color like the carrot? Mr. Carrot, why are you so good for the eye? Mr. Onion, why do you make people cry? Not only because you make people cry, but also because of the prices. My God, Mr. Carrot, why can't you increase your price? If I compare these two vegetables, does it make sense in any way? Absolutely not, because each vegetable has its own individual identity. Little did my parents fail to understand that. Ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters and guests, put your hands up if you've ever been compared to another person in your life. This is basically the story of my life. My mother Divya and my father Deepak always compared me to people around me just because of my marks. First of all, they had taken the biggest initiative of collecting all their life savings and joining me to a school called Bishop Cotton Boys School. Little did they fail to understand my mental level of capacity. Now my mental level capacity is right here. But Bishop Cotton's is an ICSE school. Right? The only thing that could match that was a state level school. That is when they realized in 7th standard that I was a very inferior, insecure kid who could absolutely never study, especially the subjects mathematics and science. Now, my parents came to a brief conclusion after talking to everybody in the world that my son should go to a state board school. Took me straight from an ICSE school and put me to a state board school, and there I was. In Bishop Cotton's, there were 60 people in a class. In my entire standard of 8th standard, I had only 60 people. In Bishop Cotton's, they had an amazing, wonderful culture of conducting debate competitions, dramatics, elocutions. If you want some validation, you can ask Rajdeep Malwani sir and Vijay sir. Both of them are Cottonians. Successfully completed the 10th standard there, unlike me. Yeah? So, they had an amazing culture which I was not definitely capable of adapting to. So, in a state board school, I thought I was the master. I went up to my teacher and said, please give me a chance in a debate competition. My teachers always denied an opportunity simply because I was on the notorious side. Now that's quite common, right? Now, because in my house, nobody had ever gotten a first class in their 10th standard, they stopped saying 10th standard was a turning point in my life. When I got a 73% and I got a seat in Jain College for science. You know how I chose science? My father one day walked up to me and asked me, Lalith, what kind of doctor do you want to become? I mean, think about it. I was 17 years old and the only doctor I'd ever visited in my entire life was a pediatrician. So I said pediatrician. There I was in a medical Excel coaching, bunking half the time. And when I say bunking, it reminds me of the Forrest Gump quote. Life is like a box of chocolates. You don't know what to expect inside it. But in my quote, life is like a box of chocolates. You want to know what you can expect inside? Alcohol. So my second year went away like that. And there I was at the end of my second year. My parents had given me a brief challenge of 60% as a target that I had to achieve. but I had gotten 56%, 2% lower than my attendance. I got 56% and all of a sudden now I was not eligible for CET, not eligible for NEET, and I was 4% shorter than a commerce college admission. I got myself into Jain College again, pleading them saying I'm an ex-student with great extracurricular expectations. Joined my college, and all of a sudden, I joined the cultural team of that college. In the cultural team, I lost every single competition that year. Every single competition. And the competition that I won was like that gulab jamun ad, where he comes, Mummy, Mummy, jamun. Oh, son, why are you feeding me the jamun? Oh, I came second place. How many people were there? Only 2. So most of the competitions that I participated in were eventually like that. And eventually, I joined a place called Toastmasters Club in my second year. Toastmasters gave me so much that I lost every single election and competition in Toastmasters. But I never lost a single one in my college. Soon enough, from a boy who got 56% in my final year degree, I managed to grab a scholarship to study at University of Limerick, Ireland. Took a one-way ticket, studied my masters there, and I got 2 jobs. One in Johnny Walker, yours sincerely, and the second one was in Jaguar. Each paying me about 50,000 euros. I called my mother and I said, Mother, listen, I'm coming back home. My mother, for the second time after 56%, started crying. She could imagine all the houses in Baswangudi, Jayanagar dropping right from the phone. And I came back to start something called as More Than Textbook. Because public speaking was something that I learned doing my extracurricular activities in college. Because I was never a kid who studied. I joined my Toastmasters when I was 18. And today I'm back here 6 years later to give my icebreaker in front of you. Because Toastmasters and extracurricular activities in my life changed everything. It changed it to such a perspective that I understood when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And if you want to be something that you've never been, you've got to do something that you've never done. And I did this in second year, and it allowed me to start my own company called More Than Textbook. And today I'm 23 and I'm an entrepreneur. I'm standing in front of you. Thank you so much.